Well, we should be live now. We are still down in Oak, who should be joining us shortly. But until then, first edition Dungeons and Dragons, guys. We're back for the this is the Linder Isles campaign, and so tonight, Brendan, introduce yourself. Anything you want to plug, and who you playing? What level are they?
Oh, I'm playing Groanwolf, who's a level 2 magic user and an elf, and has a penchant for putting people to sleep, and also really wishing that he could put his digestive tract to sleep because he eats many things he shouldn't, and Bert gives me dire inappropriate consequence. That's kind of the wrap on the character.
See, you blame it on your digestive tract, but if you didn't keep shoving things in your mouth, it wouldn't have problems.
True, your logic is unassailable, but in one ear and out the other, Bert.
There's
Yeah.
that. Jen, what do you got for us, Jen?
Hello, tonight I am playing Odette of the Lion Woods, and she is a human druid, but basically a kind of becoming more progressively evil Disney princess. Um, Super excited for what animals I might be able to befriend today. I'm ready for it.
Nice. Dion, what do you got?
I'm Dion. I'm playing NPC, the level 2 fighter, and she's here for the ride. She got that blacksmith's key this last session or so, and she's looking to loot the place after all this. That's my goal. We're gonna sell everything to that orcish blacksmith across the way in the same town that I'm at. That's my thought. I've really thought about it.
It's good to have goals. Good to have
Yeah.
goals. We'll skip over Oak until he joins us. So, Richard.
Hi, I'm Richard, and I'm playing Tellish the Assassin. Tristan the Remuneration Redistribution Specialist. That's definitely who I am. Yep.
Fess up. They just put you to sleep last episode. He's Tellish. He's so Tellish. All right, guys. So, last episode, we had, really interesting ending there. Incredibly low chance of seeing through Tellish's disguise, but, someone did. Bodies jumping out of several story tall building, landing on Tellish's cart as he is disguised and trying to make his way out of the castle. And you managed to put him to sleep by spell. So we will pick up at the castle gates. Tellish slumped over on the buckboard of this wagon, and who's down there? So it's Oak's character's down there. So what is his character's name again? He's not on, so I don't.
Tipper?
Thybor?
Thybor, that's it.
Mm-hmm.
Thybor. So Thybor's down there. No one else decided to jump. I think Dion, your character stopped at the last moment when they saw how far the drop was, right?
Yeah.
And Jen was
I
heading
walked
down the
down.
stairs,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
You were going down.
Odette took the stairs. So
Yeah.
let's take it up with that. We'll see. It will say that Thybor notices that Tellish has slumped over, and there we go. He's fast asleep. It's a remarkable disguise, though. You guys you do get down there, Odette, and you really, you see this guy slumped over. You heard Thybor yell that it was Tellish. You really can't see the similarity. It's a really good disguise if this is Tellish.
I start poking his face with my fingers.
If you're just poking, he'll be asleep still.
I try taking his face off by just holding on and Okay,
All
I
right.
don't actually do that. I don't want to hurt. I don't want to hurt it. I don't want to wake him up.
Okay, I was gonna say, if you cause him damage, it will wake him up.
I don't want to wake him up.
I think I have a thing. Because I followed after Odette after I realized the jump was not worth it.
Mm-hmm.
Do I have... Alright, I don't have any rope. Did our little acquisition specialist join us?
I was still on top. I'll be walking down.
Okay.
I'm with him.
He
I think the
probably-
two of us are the two that are probably
Yeah.
stragglers.
One of them probably have a rope, but I'm gonna be ready. I'm gonna be ready to whack him.
I mean, we're in a castle. I'm sure somebody in the castle can get a rope as well.
I do have 50 foot of rope on me, so when I get down there, I'm good.
You carried rope with you to meeting the royal princess?
I did. Remember, I didn't change my clothes.
Oh no, yes, on my advice. I remember
Yeah,
now.
yeah. The two of us,
Sure.
we thought ahead.
You
Yes.
said only damaging him will wake him up?
Pretty much, if a hard slap or any kind of,
okay.
really.
I'm going through his pockets.
Okay.
I'm going through all his pockets. I'm going to take all the time in the world while we're waiting.
Sure. So, if you go through his pockets, the first thing you hit is it's an amulet, and it's interesting to you, and you kind of gravitated to it first because it's kind of warm, and it's glowing softly. It's like a little brighter, a little dimmer, a little brighter, a little dimmer.
All right, I'm going to hide that in my bag.
You trying to hide it from your companions, or are you
No,
just trying to?
I just don't want anybody else seeing it.
Perfect. Okay. Done.
Would you say that Tristan and Grownwolf have made it down by now as well?
Yes.
Okay.
So
I'm gonna be like, anybody know Shibari, because he needs to get hogtied.
Hold on, he's got some nice stuff on him. Let me take his stuff.
Make me a pickpockets test, not to literally pick his pockets because he's unconscious. That's fine. Just to see how much of anything hidden you find. We'll do it that way.
I don't have a pickpocket skill.
Oh, you're not a thief.
I'm a fighter.
Yeah,
I just wanted to take
right.
his stuff.
Well, you make me. I'll tell you what. You make me an intelligence check, and then your reacquisition specialist is down there now as well.
Yeah, I was just going to point out places.
Nope, I fail by 2.
Okay. You find some coins. Carried a little bit of gold on them. You found a little bag that's got some gemstones in it.
Bag of gemstones.
And unless you're going to strip him naked here in the middle of a public square, that's about what's in his pockets. He may have more on him otherwise, though.
How much gold was that?
You want to count it?
No, I'll just put bag of gold.
Okay. So you guys are the first down here, and of course you're making a big disturbance at the interior gates of the castle. So some guards are taking notice. Some of them are yelling down, and they're coming out. You've got some time before everybody shows up down here. Is there anything you want to do before the guards reach you?
What was on the cart with him?
It's a big farmer's cart full of hay in the back. Yep.
I'm gonna pick through the hay real quick. If anybody wants to take this rope, and so I'm gonna start digging through the hay.
I'll take the rope, and I'll tell Tristan that he should double check his pockets for stuff, because he's a thief too, and there might be hidden stuff that I'm unaware of. I don't know. Just stuff like you're the expert. I found
I'm not
that.
a thief. I'm a redistribution expert.
Well,
Yes, I will find
renumerate that.
Redistribute his pockets like it's this Commonwealth.
Yeah,
okay.
Yep.
No problems.
So you make me both a pickpockets check and an intelligence check. Give me both. One thing found is harder than the other. Grownwolf, you're picking through all this hay back here, and it looks like Fiber just missed landing on a wooden crate. It's been nailed shut. It was at the very bottom of all this hay, definitely made to be covered up. Like if you were jab in there with a pitchfork, like guards often do to see if you're transporting anything, they might just miss this.
Well, everyone, looks like we have great expectations for what's back here.
I'm making both.
Make them both. Okay. He has a number of hidden daggers cleverly strapped to various places. He's got a couple on his forearms with some kind of spring-loaded gadget that they would come out quickly from his sleeves. He's got some that are tied to his inside of his thighs and legs. He's got a small pouch of darts, like throwing darts, that seem to have some kind of sticky substance on the end. You find a Garrett string, and you also find
this guy.
several small metal vials. They're on like a little bandolero strap that was fastened around his inner left thigh. So you're basically patting him down and finding you're just throwing all the stuff that you're finding.
All right.
Most of it pretty cleverly hidden.
Yeah, that's a veritable arsenal.
Oh, yeah. Oh, amazing. I make sure none of the guards accidentally step on it as they run over to the body or something.
Great. Yeah.
Do you mind if I grab one of those to try to jimmy open this crate while we're waiting and you're tying?
One of these potions? Yeah, sure.
No,
Oh, the
no,
nuts.
one of the stabby things that he
Oh,
had
right,
on him.
yeah.
Yeah.
There
You're
you
going
go.
to use a dagger to lever open
Yeah.
the top. Okay.
Yeah.
You do. And the inside is there's several scrolls. Looks like some bound books. Well, let's pause for a second and let's let Oak introduce himself and his character here.
I'm here. Sorry about that.
No problem. Who are you playing, Oak?
I am playing Thybor, the half-orc fighter, still level 2, I believe.
All right, so everyone else has made it down to the cart. They're basically strip searching Talish's body.
Did they grease me up first?
Guards are coming.
You weren't here. Sorry.
Grunwolf, you pop open the lid of this, hammered down, just simple wooden box. It actually looks like a produce crate, maybe. And inside there are several scrolls, a couple of books with hammered metal pages. There are some traditional books in there. It just looks like a bunch of documents.
Do I have time while we're waiting for the guards to make it down and for him to get tied up for me to start picking through them and
You
flipping
just
through?
get the top popped open and you start rummaging through as the first of the guards hit you down there. And so they know that you were brought in by the new royals decree, so they're not menacing, but they would like to know why. What are you doing to this poor farmer?
I'm gonna go ahead if anybody else doesn't mind me piping up and be like, so Super Duper, the head of the Assassins Guild from Garrett, so from Groton, so we did it, everyone. At least we have a lead. We have a lead. I say like quietly though, because I know he's sleeping. Like even though it's magical, I'm still like, we have a lead.
And again, other than Thybor, this does not look like Telish. I mean, it does not. Like it even looks like he's not the same height. It doesn't look like he's the same build. So whether or not you all are convinced, Thybor certainly is convinced that this is him.
Okay.
And we do like the Scooby-Doo thing and like try to pull his face mask off and like.
Okay, so right now he's still asleep from the sleep spell. If you want to start yanking stuff off his face, it likely will wake him.
I tie him up with the rope that I have.
You definitely want him tied up very well.
Okay.
Yeah, I use all 50 feet. Just.
Okay. So Dion, as an NPC starts pulling out rope and you're about to tie up Telish, that amulet that you just hidden about your person, you feel it getting warm in the pocket, and you actually feel it like pulsing.
I keep tying him up.
Okay.
I just finished the job, and then when I make sure I like pull a good tight knot, I check the amulet from in the bag, like open it up and look in a bit, like what's going on.
All right. Well, what's going on is I told you it was kind of pulsing before. It's pulsing faster now. And that's it. It seems to be warmed up a little bit more as it's pulsing faster.
Would I, as a magic user, have a chance at knowing what that is?
Well, he hasn't shown it to anyone.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
At this point, I'm like worried. So I do go over to Grownwolf, who I know is the magic dude. And I'm just like, hey, is this going to explode?
Oh, let me take a look. I might know something. Not sure. And then,
It was on Telish. I figured it was important.
I relish the opportunity to check what was on Telish.
Okay. Well, as you hand it over, and Grownwolf, you're about to look at it.
Yeah.
You start hearing cries from outside of the castle gate. People are screaming fire. People are screaming attack. They're yelling for help.
Ooh. Raiders, everyone?
He did have he was in charge of the raids. Yeah.
This may be a distraction to help them get away.
Yeah. Maybe this is letting them know that shit hit the fan. And by that I mean like a handheld fan,
Right.
because, anachronisms.
All right. Do we want to go check this out, or is this not
No,
our
we'll
problem?
take him. Let's get him and get away from here.
All right, let's go.
Throw him over my shoulder.
Well, the guards aren't waiting for your explanation as to what you're doing with this poor farmer. They're opening the front gates and going out to see what is going on. So, I understand you guys are going to safely secure Tellish, but as the gates open and you look out, the buildings along the along the river here are burning, and you see 3 large ships that are making their way into the harbor here, and you see flaming balls coming off the ship as they're being thrown into the town. It looks like they're using shipboard catapults to throw just balls of fire at the town.
And we're at the castle, correct?
Yeah, you guys are in the castle, and this is all starting down here along the riverside.
I would probably turn to one of the guards and be like, what is protocol? What happens right now? What do you do?
Oh, the guards are not anywhere near you now. They're all rushing out to do what they can.
I tripped one and stopped him from running.
Nice.
My lizard knocks him down.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll let you do that. So
like prior to them running off, I would
Right.
want to know.
So
yeah.
protocol with the town burning is, they got to stop the raiders and put out the fire, as that's going to spread. Most of these buildings are thatch roofed in wood. Some few of them have stonework, but yeah, this is going to catch fire and just force it through all of the village here. So they got to get that fire put out. They do have fire brigades. They can, you start hearing a ringing of a bell in town.
Okay, who's the strongest person in our group?
Probably Thybor. That'd be me and NPC or both
Yeah,
16s.
we're both 16s.
Okay. Who wants to have Tellish tied to them?
I will.
Yeah,
cool.
Let's
So,
take the Thybor.
I direct like the stronger people to like tie Tellish to Thybor's back with Tellish's arms bound like this, but like wrapped around Thybor, so Thybor can still like run and do things.
2 things. Okay, so when you start wrapping him up or tying him up, that does waken him.
I slap him.
Who is doing the tying? And tell me exactly how you tie him up.
I'm not
I think
good at
Dion,
knots.
NPC, was the one doing the tying when this all happened.
So,
I slap him.
I had tied him up originally just by rolling it all around him, honestly, and then just doing a quick, like, almost like a surgeon knot in a sense, where you double.
Is you're tying him up to him like, I want another set of rope. I want a slip knot around his neck and then the other end tied around my wrist.
All right, so you're going to have like a lead with a slip knot. Where are his hands? Where do you tie his hands?
It sounds like he's just like mummied to himself.
Yeah, he's
kinda
just
like,
mummied.
kinda
He's
like
completely,
this. I would say-
like,
I say
wanna-
one hand in front, one hand in back. You don't
I
want where
wanna-
his fingers can work together.
I want to
Yeah.
turn to NPC and I want to say break his fingers.
Oh,
All right, I break his fingers while he's bound.
Okay, sure. I mean, he can't stop it, so
That's just
snap
gonna
a
make
few
him
fingers.
looser where he can get out easier.
he's all nimbly now.
He can't cast spells. I would rip off a piece of my finery, 2 pieces. I would stuff it into his mouth and then wrap something around his mouth so he can't speak.
Okay.
While they're doing this, I'm just looking at books.
right.
I don't care about the flames. I don't care about the guards.
They're documents. Can you read Elven?
I can.
They're birth records.
Oh, interesting.
It's our paperwork.
Oh my god.
I've never been so happy to see paperwork before.
The elven girl's the
It's
true
all
queen
coming
of all this.
together.
Yeah.
The little one that was in our house.
Yeah, I was curious about her last session. I felt like that was a MacGuffin that had to come back around. Chekhov's little elven girl. So yes, I'm like, yo, Rika, and I'm like doing a little dance as they're breaking fingers.
Chekhov's child. Never put a child in the game unless you plan on shooting her. I mean, using her.
Yeah, shoot, shooting
For
her
no.
with rays of love. I think you mean.
That's
For
it.
no.
Yeah. All right. So this is taking time, guys. And so we are nixing the idea of tying Tellish to Thybor. Thybor simply got a slip knot around his neck as
No, you can tie him
travel
to me.
nurse,
I
so
just
you're
also
still-
want the slip knot on his neck and my wrist, so if he tries to get off of me, I'm
What
gonna
is
choke him.
Thiber's con and strength?
Both 16.
All right, yeah, you're plenty big enough. Tellish is kind of a smallish, slight
And a 15
man.
dex.
Yeah, he's not very tall either.
Hellish is smallish.
He's smallish.
checking.
Tellish is
Okay.
smallish.
Like it.
How is he tied?
Tellish
Is he
more.
facing away or is he facing like your back?
Well, I don't want him biting my neck, so probably away.
Okay. Good
Also,
enough.
then if I pull the slip knot with the main knot at the back, the front will just choke him straight up.
He's got like garments stuffed in his mouth too, so
Sure.
he can't bite anything.
One Tellish.
Just cut out his tongue. Just
One
no,
Tellish
no,
payload.
Oh my God.
He has to talk.
Oh right.
One Tellish payload strapped to your half orc. Your half orc, right?
Do we have any explosives?
I don't think
Tie
so.
those
I
to
don't
me as
think so.
well.
So this is all
goes.
taking
Like our
time,
alien campaign.
and so what's going on now is you can see that some of these boats have landed. The two, one on either side. One continues down the middle, lobbing out these balls of fire on the catapult. But the two that have landed have dispersed the raiding crews. So let me get these on the map here for you guys.
Is the stuff in the crate enough that I could carry it on my person, or is it too
Yeah,
much?
it's fairly small. It's
Okay.
It's long. It's like maybe
Mhm.
3 feet long, but it's only
Mhm.
like a little bit less than a foot wide, and it's not very
Okay.
tall at all. That's why
All
I'm
right,
saying
well,
so
I'm gonna-
if someone pitchforked the back of this, they would just think they
Yeah.
hit the bottom of the cart.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna prison pocket that as much as I can, and
Well, you're
catch up
definitely
with
going to have
everybody.
to carry it. I mean, it's going to be
Yeah,
obvious,
yeah, that's what
but-
I mean. Like I'm
yeah.
being.
Well, we've got
snide about it,
we've got a horse and cart there. We can just
You
pull
do.
it, can't we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could just
So
take the horse and cart if that's what you wanted to do.
I have a thought, guys.
Okay.
It's the coward's way out, but I think we just need to all go over the way we came into the city over here. I'm clicking on the map and just get the hell out of Dodge and go back to Groton.
Well,
Because
the
it only
closest
took
road's
us.
right there. We can just go right around the edge and hit this road and all that.
I don't think. Does that go to Groton though?
It goes away from here.
Yeah, fair. But I think we should just head to Groton. Let's get
What
out of
if-
here.
What if we just like went into the castle where there's stone and walls and like let them know what we found and tried to blow this thing open? Or are we leaving? Like I'm not saying either way. It's just another option.
So,
I-
geography-wise, yes, if you took this road, you would reach Groton.
Okay.
So you're on the right side of the city for that.
Mm,
Okay. So do we want to bolt or do we want to double down?
I think we should bolt for now.
Okay.
Continue investigating. We found all this stuff here that you
Mhm.
just found. That's important. We can take Telish back to the council,
Where
have
was the wizard's
her
house?
deal with them, and then if she lets him go, we know to kill her too. So
Well, that's my only worry is that like here they definitely want his hide as far as we know, but where we
she didn't care. She said like, I don't care about the assassin. I want to know who hired him. She didn't care at all
Okay.
about Telish.
All right.
This
well
was
then
just
let's
personal
get out of
revenge, I
Dodge.
feel.
I'm for it then. Let's
So the
go.
Where
group-
was the wizard's house?
The group on your side is heading
Oh,
towards the castle.
Oh.
The wizard's house is like over here.
Okay,
I
so it's too
think.
far away because I say if it was like number 4 or something. head
No,
to the wizard.
Peltar's is right here. It's 21.
Oh, sorry.
That's kind of on the way. We could maybe like see if we could, do a meet and greet, and if it's too hairy, we just
I
keep
don't know.
going.
Those dudes are real close. I'd say we skirt like the edge
Yeah,
of the
let's
keep
just-
and haul ass.
Yeah,
Okay,
let's just
I'm
take
for it.
the cart and go.
Right now, they are being delayed by the guards, but they outnumber the
Mm.
guards.
Mm.
Yeah, so where are you going? Where are you heading? Toward Peltar's, or are you trying to get out of Restonford?
East and out, I think.
I
That's
mean,
good.
just to bring it up, if I had been planning this raid, not that I did at all, it wasn't me, but I would place people on the roads out of here as well to catch any people trying to escape, like royals, etc.
So go north, maybe, and
So-
find a way back
Well,
to
I was
Groton.
just saying where we've got that cart with stuff in it and people and a horse, we can make faster speed on that road, and then once
Yeah.
we get a decent amount of way, we could move into the woods from that point.
Mm.
All right,
Unless
so
you
you
feel
have
like-
this road here, which does not go to Garrotten, but does get out of Restonford. The road to Garrotten is over here. Which one are you taking? Just the one the closest to you?
And with those dudes that close, I think we need to.
Okay. So
we
now,
could
if
always cut across later.
Like
yeah.
basically just go around the edge of the castle itself, like hug the wall, get to the back of it, and then down.
Here's the small problem with this: these markers here are
Mhm.
altitude markers. So the castle is on a cliffside,
right. So
or
we
on
could
a
roll
hill.
down real fast.
Right. So it's not impossible to get your cart, and horse down this way, but it's not going to be terribly easy. Who wants to be the one to direct the horse and cart? Who is on the seat doing this? And don't forget, Odette, you've got a couple of lizards back at Falco's Tavern.
I'll catch up with you all later.
Oh no.
I have to go get them. I would like to, before I go, cast Animal Friendship on the horse.
All right.
And then I want to like tell the horse to listen to whoever is. So who's going to be the one who's directing the horse?
It's not gonna be me because you shouldn't go to Falco's alone.
I'll be fine.
I'm the dude with the five charisma and the ugly
Ride both
face.
of them.
So
I'm gonna ride both of them at the same time.
What's my charisma? I think it's probably going to be Tristan. My charisma's
dear.
an 11.
Tellish
Oh.
Jr.
All I'm gonna say is, all I'm gonna tell the horse is to listen to whatever you say. Like that, it is to do anything that you say, and that I will be back for it with its brother and sister soon.
Okay.
Who would eat it in a heartbeat?
They will not, because they're my babies.
Mhm.
My baby boy and girl.
Right.
My
Let me
baby
just,
lizards.
My baby lizards.
All right. So let's all right. I'll drive, I guess, unless Tristan wants to. I don't know.
NPC, are you driving?
Yeah, I
I
guess.
mean, I don't really think I have the strength in order to go around.
I
Alright.
tell
Go off, so-
I tell the horses, and I point to NPC, or tell the horse and say, whatever this person tells you to do, you do it. I will be back for you later.
So what we'll do
I love
then
you.
is
Give it a
we
little
will,
kiss on its face. Mwah.
We
Mwah,
will-
goodbye.
we will treat NPC as if she has skill in animal handling. That's how we're gonna work this.
Nice.
All right,
Okay.
cool. So, yeah.
All right. So-
Everybody's on, right? Yeah.
Okay. So is it only Odette that's going towards the city?
I think I'd go because I think I would. I don't think I'd want a party member to be alone.
All right, good enough. Okay, so the cart goes out the back end of the castle. You guys come out a little bit, and you're heading down the slope here, right? So, Dion, here's how what I want you to do. Make me an intelligence check, as if your intelligence were two levels higher than it is. So, just whatever your intelligence is, treat it as 2 higher. And did that succeed or fail?
No, it failed.
Okay.
I thought you were gonna say as if it were 2.
Um, I'm gonna use a reroll.
Okay. Or
I'm
you can
gonna do
use 4 of them to make it an automatic success. Your choice.
We're gonna do that actually. Can
Okay.
I do just the 4 for auto success? All right, cool.
So what's
Because I have a bad int.
So you are trying to lead the horse and the cart down, but the horse is giving you subtle hints that if you were a better animal handler, that you shouldn't go this way, and it finds a better way. So you give it its lead. You let it decide, and you get it down. So you guys end up, you're at the bottom of the hill about here, and you're heading out to this road. Thibur, Tellish is strapped to your back. It's not comfortable. You can easily carry him, though, and so far he's awake. He's very awake and aware, but he's staying limp as you guys head out. So,
I have a question.
yeah, go ahead.
Well,
Do you guys think we should loop around over here behind the Druids Grove area? Like loop to the east right there and just check the road out? And go that way now? Or should we actually keep going north and get the hell out of Dodge?
we need to get the hell out of Dodge.
Alright, we're getting the hell out of Dodge. We're going north.
Odette
Saying
and
if the
Gronewolf.
cart's faster, I'll sit on the back of the cart with him on my back.
Yeah, that's fine. Okay, Odette and Gronewolf, you guys are heading towards the city, and you notice the brigands that have come through here that they're cutting their way to the castle shift, and they're now heading to the road. You know, your friends are going down.
Oh,
Is that amulet still blinking?
Yeah,
it's on
it's still
me.
very warm. I think he just showed it to you, Gronewolf. I don't know if he gave
Oh,
it to you.
okay.
I yeet it off to I want to yeet it as far as I can to the right.
Right. You
Like
you don't see the guys on the road yet, just for sake of player character knowledge versus character knowledge. You guys don't see them.
no,
yet.
that's
Yeah.
fine. I just don't like that it's still blinking. And
Mhm.
Grownwolf earlier mentioned it might be a homing thing, so I'm like, it's still blinking. Like yeet. Like nope, I'm done with it.
All right, you just hurl it off to the roadside
Yeah.
somewhere. Okay, good enough. So yeah, Odette and Grownwolf. This side of the town of Restonford looks like it's being sacked and pillaged. Falco's Tavern is on fire. There are some skirmishers around it. The skirmishers on this side you're watching as they're all heading down the road. So they're not trying to sack and pillage. It looks like they have a goal.
Oh, I think they're going after our friends.
So what do you two do?
Let's get Birdo and Yoshi.
Yep,
Get
let's
the
do it.
F out of D.
Mm-hmm.
Let's sneak behind them so when they catch up, we catch them unawares.
I have magic missile.
This building's on, or this bridge is on fire. This one is
Oh.
not. So if you want to take the bridge, or are you just going to jump into the water to get across to Falco's?
I would probably jump into the water.
Let's do it. I'm for this.
Okay. Good enough. There's not a lot of current here, so it's just going to
Okay.
take you some time to get across. People are already trying to put out the fire on Falco's. Both of you make me intelligence checks.
Oh. Well, that's definitely under.
Same.
Okay, well, both of you notice that the people here that are looting and pillaging, they're spending a lot of time down here in the warehouses, and there's some around Falco's. None of them are going up the hill to the Abbey. Not that it may
Okay.
mean anything or not, but it's just something you're noticing is that they're looting the warehouses down here. But of course, it's probably because they know that's where the loot is versus, doing it.
I tap Odette on the shoulder and I say, "Downtown, Abbey.
God.
Downtown, Abbey."
Minus 5,000 experience.
I'm a level -20.
You're a baby.
Okay, so you reach the other side. There are people actually diving off of the wharfs at Falco's Tavern because they're on fire, and they're diving in to put themselves out. It looks like Falco's might be a loss. The entire roof is ablaze now, and the people that are trying to put it out aren't making much headway. Your beasts, however, are in the shed next to Falco's, which so far isn't on fire, but you can hear the horses are frightened. You can hear some of them are kicking at the doors, trying to get out.
I freed the horses.
All right, so you head out and you open. So make me a dex check as you go to pull the bar off the outside, and then they're just bursting out.
I fail.
Oh boy. Okay, you gonna take that, or are you gonna use a reroll?
I'll
We have
use a
16.
reroll.
Yeah.
Okay, again, you can use 4 to just be successful.
Wait, no, that's okay. I'll try again and fail. I succeed.
Succeed that time. Okay, so you manage to jump and roll out of the way as the horses burst free. You notice one of the horses, the
friends.
young kid that was minding
Yeah.
the stable and who said would take care of your lizard, his foot is caught on one of the reins of the horse, and he's being dragged away. He looks like he's already unconscious. And so, yeah, the horses go, and he's just being dragged behind. You can hear your lizards crying in the back. They can't get out of their pens.
I free them.
Okay.
Birdo, Yoshi, my babies. Come with me. Come with
The
mother.
target.
All right,
Come with mother. We're going now.
Mother of lizards.
Well, that's all going on. So you guys on the cart, you're going down. Who's in the cart, and is anyone outside of the cart? Like the cart and horse, it's one horse, a cart, and all of your weight. So it's like, is it faster than you? Maybe over the long haul, but certainly not if you were running. So where's everyone? Who's in the cart? and who's
Whichever seems like I would hop on there, and if it seems like this isn't moving fast enough, then what I could do on my feet, I will jump off and be trotting beside it.
not? Okay. So,
I'm wherever Tellish is to keep an eye on.
all right. So you're both on the side then.
So
So at
So
this
I
point,
guess you'd be behind me.
you guys do see this group of people now on the roadway, and they have caught sight of you and your wagon that's a little bit ahead here. And they're giving chase. 3 of them in front, though, have crossbows, and they're going to take shots.
Hit me in the back. I dare you.
Yeah, they don't actually notice that. I rolled to see if anyone noticed, and they can't make out that it's Tellish on your back.
It's not that. They actually just watch speed, and they know they're supposed to shoot the hostage.
Yep. All right, so there's 2 of you. It's odd, even. Okay. Well, Richard, unfortunately, one of the crossbows does land true. And it's your character that it hits. Oh, yeah. 6 points of damage. It transfixes your calf.
I die immediately.
Well, you don't. You go to -10 in this. So what are you minus?
I'm 0. Dead on.
Oh, you're just unconscious then. Yeah, so
Right.
you take an arrow through the calf. You bleed out so quickly that you lose consciousness and slump over. Sorry,
I
Fiber.
notice.
You turn around. Yeah, you notice them behind you. You notice that 3 crossbow bolts were fired. You see Tristan go down with a bolt through his calf.
Can I turn quick enough to grab him, and because he's little, and try to throw him into the back of the cart?
Certainly. Yeah, throw him in the back of the cart.
Need me to roll anything? Or?
Nope, not at all. It looks like the cart and horse, if you do make it go faster in PC, it will outdistance them, especially over the long haul, but they may or may not be able to get more shots off in the meantime. That was a pretty good range. Like that one shot was absolutely lucky. I mean, they're firing from a fairly far range.
Is there any way you think that they'd be able to lob arrows over the cart at me?
You think that they're at the very end of what the range can do. You don't think that it could have hit the cart.
Okay. All right. Do I see Thiber off to the side?
Well, you see him throw
You
Tristan
probably
into
feel
the
the
back.
thud into the cart.
Yeah. All right.
Y'all just be yelling, "Go, go! Tristan's down!"
All right. I'm like, go! Yeah, mule! Yeah, yeah, yeah!
Yep. Richard, roll me a d10.
10.
All right.
7.
Yep. So you're going to be out for almost an hour, but you're at 0. You're not dead. You're just unconscious. You're not bleeding out either. So it seems to have cauterized its own wound. Don't touch the bolt, and you'll be fine. All right. So in PC, you get the horse going as fast as it can. It's a bumpy ride, but you are making distance on them. They do fire off another volley, but it looks like you're out of range now. So you guys just keep going down the road.
Yes.
Okay.
Unless it looks like there's a good point, I could peel off. And in case they keep coming.
Okay. Well, they are keeping coming, but they see that they can't catch you, so you see them slow down after a while. So they shoot off one volley. The crossbowmen start to reload. Everybody else runs. They see they can't catch you, so eventually they just kind of stop. They're still following, but now they're walking. But they're still following.
Okay.
Meanwhile, Odette, you've got your lizards back. They are going crazy as they can smell the fire. And fire is definitely something they don't like.
Yeah. Same.
Mm-hmm. So what are you guys doing? You see the poor stable boy, his head is smashed against cobblestones as the horse continues on with him.
I didn't think wild horses could drag him away.
I would probably. I'm gonna go after him because remember the.
You're pretty sure he's dead at this point. You're pretty.
Never
sure.
mind.
Oh, he's. I'm gonna be like Odette. No, dead as a doornail. I think.
Just bye. In the arms of the.
I won't remember him. I won't. I've forgotten his name already. Who was he?
So it looks like Falco's is burning to the ground. They just are not able to put out the fire.
Oh my God.
Most of the customers are jumping into the river. So what are you guys doing? Again, the pillaging is going down just to the south of you a little bit.
Odette, do we want to maybe take the main road since our friends are being chased and hope we meet up with them?
Sure. Yeah. That sounds good. Yeah.
Okay. So you guys are just going to head down the main road here?
I think it seems open.
Okay.
Let's do it.
So are you trying to come up behind these guys?
Ooh, Odette, what do you
Or
think?
are you just trying to get out of town?
Do we hope they get out and try to meet them, or do we try to
How
ambush?
many people did I see go?
At least a dozen.
Nope, we're avoiding them.
No. Yes.
Because we would not know what the other group was doing. I would assume that they were running away, and I would only try to ambush if we thought we could like knock them out, but we can't. So it's cool.
Okay,
Yeah.
so everybody gets out of Restonford. Okay. Good enough. Like I said, horse and cart quickly outdistances the group behind you. And at some point, you guys, the road isn't completely flat. You start going through elevation and through some forest, so you lose sight of them. The last you saw for Thiber and everyone with the cart is that they're just walking, but they're still following the trail. So you know you're ahead. You've got a good lead on them. You don't see them anymore. But again, last time you saw them, they were still on the road. So what do you want to do?
All right. They're probably gonna track us.
Can you carry Tristan?
Yeah, I could carry him. Do we want to abandon? Like, there's a bunch of documents here. I might want
She's
to.
told no. We'll keep all the material, the documents. Papers
Hmm.
don't weigh much.
Yeah.
She's told the horse to do what you said. Tell it to keep following the road.
All
And
right.
we'll split off into the woods.
All right. So I'm gonna.
Especially if there's any kind of like river or pond, creek, something like that, where we can get for the water to cover our tracks and move downstream a little bit before we come back out.
All right, so you send the cart ahead, and you guys jump out into the forest, and you're trying to find, just in case they can scent track you, you're finding some water to cross. All right.
Well, not just the scent, but just what if they're following footprints.
Okay. All right, fair enough. So you guys are free of the cart's going on, and you did take the documents, and somebody is holding Tristan. So by this time, Tristan, you're conscious with roll a d4. All right. 4 hit points
Yay.
back. Yeah. Just coming back from being unconscious. It's sudden blood loss that dropped you. You still have that bolt in your leg, and you do feel like unless somebody with knowledge takes care of it, it would probably be bad to remove it.
This is part of me now.
Can we break it off as close as possible to the leg so it's not snagging on trees and stuff?
I've heard of bolt-ons, but
I mean, it's a bolt, and they're not
Alright.
as long as an arrow, so I don't know.
So, anyone good at tracking or navigating?
Nope.
Me neither.
So are you going to
No,
continue?
we need to go that way.
I mean, yeah, you know roughly what direction, especially if you stay within sight of the road. But you know this road doesn't go back to Garatin, though, so you don't actually know where this road heads.
Right. That's why I say we need to head towards the east.
Okay, so you're just going to head east.
Yeah.
Okay, but you're going to keep moving,
can we
right?
Can we go southeast? Actually, I think southeast is better because then we'll eventually.
Well, on
be
that
back
road
on
that
the
we came in, can we recall the direction it wound or anything like that?
Make me an intelligence check.
All right.
If you had navigation as a skill, you wouldn't need to roll.
I just met it. That's a crit.
That's a crit success.
I missed. I got
Thiber, you think you should go that way? NPC saying no. I'm positive it's this way.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we should go this way.
If you're wrong, it's your death or our deaths on your head.
That's fine. I'm willing to take that. All right.
All
So.
Okay. You guys head off. All right. So, Odette and Groenwolf, you're heading out of Restonford. You're full out. You're out of the city. You can see the fires blazing behind you, but it doesn't look like anyone's following you out. What do you want to do? You know that they took a road. They didn't take the same road as you. So if you want to circle and try and get onto that road, you can. Or you can head to Garatin.
I would just head to Garatin.
Yeah.
When we
The only thing I'd offer to Odette is like, do we want to just move a little bit ahead of safety and wait for them, or do we want to just keep on going?
Sorry,
Like,
wait, what?
Do we want to make it halfway to Groton and wait to see if our friends catch up, or do we want to just go?
I think we're gonna be moving slower than them.
Okay, let's go then. Okay.
Okay, so you head on to the road to Garrotten. Jen, roll a d6. 2. Okay, so yes, they in fact did leave behind some watchers on the road, and with a 2, they get a jump on you. You guys are going to be surprised for 2 rounds, or excuse me, 2 segments. So
Okay.
what's going to happen here is you're going upon the road, and just up ahead, a couple of people step out of the tree line and shoot crossbow bolts at you guys.
Are they on horses or anything?
Nope, they
Oh,
are not.
I'm gonna trample the shit out of them.
All right, that's going to hit. That might hit. Grown Wolf, what is your armor class?
My armor class I think is 12. Let me double check. No, it's only 9. Yeah.
Only 9, so yes, you're both going to get hit. Okay, so Odette, 5 points of damage. Grown Wolf, it just
Okay.
grazes you with a point.
Okay.
Okay, and so that's the surprise. So
Now we roll.
now roll a d6. Go ahead and roll it for your side, Jen.
Okay.
And then, is anybody casting?
Oh my god.
I'm gonna cast magic missile.
Okay, you are casting. All right. They go on 3, you go on 5, so they go first. Luckily for you, these are heavy crossbows, so they have to take
take time
a
to load.
turn to load, and that's what they do because you guys are still at a distance. Actually, you are at a
How
distance
far away
of...
are we?
This ambush happened at 120 feet.
Oh.
Holy crap!
Let me.
How are they able to hit me from that far away?
They're good.
Stupid crossbow bolts.
I can't reach them with magic missile from here. I can only reach I think 80 feet.
All right. Well, you would have known that then. I'm sorry. So you can change your...
What's the rate of speed of these lizards? They should be slightly faster than us, right?
Full on, they're 80 without a big load on them.
Oh.
Okay.
I did eat a big breakfast this morning.
So question, and this is order of operations.
Mhm.
Can you move and also like if Grown Wolf is
Right.
riding on the lizard, could Grown Wolf move forward 80 and then be fired upon because the lizard is a different I don't know. I don't know how it works.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll say that's fine.
Okay.
So you have your lizards go forward. So actually, well, you cannot move and cast at the same time, and I think you can't cast from horseback because it's going to be considered the same
Okay.
thing as movement. So you still couldn't cast actually,
Okay.
but you could still take an action. So you get within 80, so you're at 40 feet. If what you're doing is doing a full-on rush towards them.
I would. What do you want to do, Odette?
I would probably try and can I throw my spear from 40? That feels like really far.
Was it?
What's your
Did they have
range
it
on
in
your
first,
spear?
or was it later edition where if you were running, that you moved like 4 times your movement speed?
Right. So, well, that's true. I was taking it as a mount. So if a mount takes a full action and its base is 80, I mean, you're right. They could charge. You could
Charge them.
charge.
Yeah, let's do that.
Or run past.
Run them over.
Or run past. Do you want them to charge into them, or do you want them just to run past them?
I want them to try and just run straight through them. So like if they
Okay.
get trampled underfoot, they get trampled underfoot. But like we're on the road, they stepped out into the road.
I'm following her lead because I don't do lizards normally.
Well, they both made
both
dex
pass.
checks, so they will both roll out of the way. But that does mean, let me think here a minute. So 80, 160.
We've traveled 40 past them at this. Oh wait.
All right.
Oh, never mind.
Yeah, so they will be able to take shots at your back before you
they're
do another move.
Assuming they roll higher than us for the second. Oh, we might
Yeah.
get away.
So
We might get away.
why don't,
roll.
Brendan, why don't you
You
roll
roll
a
them,
d6
not
for
me.
this next turn then?
I can do that.
Oh, thank God.
My baby boy.
My baby boy lizards.
Oh, son of
Ah!
Yeah.
a Bert, why?
All right.
Can't
So
hit what you can't see.
they will be able to have
As
a
I
shot
stab their eyes.
before your lizards get out of range. But this is extreme range, though. So no. So they get off their shots, and you're just gone. You just bowled through them and kept going through the path.
It's really hard to beat the combo of lizard and wizard. You know.
Yeah, it looks like there were just 2 that were stationed here on the path.
Lizard wizard.
Exactly, Coke. Exactly.
then you guys head on to Groton. Meanwhile, those of you that are traipsing through the woods, you're going in. If you're following NPC, that was a good roll. That was the best you could have done. That was a crit on your navigation. So after a bit, you guys do see ahead of you the road to Groton. You actually see some signs to confirm it. You are behind the rest of your party, but you found the road. Are you going to continue on to Groton, or are you going elsewhere?
So
I
we'd
think-
be heading to Groton. That's where we're hoping the others would be going.
Yeah, I'm assuming because we were planning to go over to Groton eventually, so I'm assuming they would know better than also go to Groton.
Why don't you two make me wisdom checks?
Okay. Boop. Nope.
Yep.
Fiber.
I got a
You
10.
have been around Yoshi and what's the other animal's name? The other lizard?
Birdo.
Birdo. You've been around Odette and her lizards long enough to know what their tracks look like, and you're seeing that clawed print with that sinuous sweep behind it. So you know your friends have passed recently.
It looks like we've got to play catch up. And I point like my foot and like show the mark. The lizards have been this way.
Okay.
Oh man, it pains me so much to not be able to say, well, we better cut the mustard. After you said it looks like we need to play catch up, I'm not there. I can't do it. No.
You already did
But
it.
you just did.
I know, I found a way.
He does this all the time.
All right. So you guys are going to be. It's gonna take more. Well, one of you is gonna take less time. You on the foot are gonna take a little bit longer. So I'm gonna do just one random encounter for our lizard-based group.
Beast.
All right, and other group. Okay. So Odette and Grownwolf, you're going to reach the outskirts of Groton first. You can just head into town. Where are you going? What are you doing? I mean, you do have a home here, and you've got a bunch of your crew and the rest of your party here. Where are you heading?
I'm kind of worried that they're going to be staking out our place. Do we want to maybe lay low and keep an eye on the main road for a bit?
Yeah. Yeah, I think we should wait.
Okay.
Okay, so you're not going to go into Groton then?
No, is
Not
there
yet.
like some woods or anything that we can kind of lead
Absolutely.
the lizards into? Okay.
Absolutely. Okay, you guys do that. Meanwhile, Thyber, you guys have to stop more than you would like to, just because carrying Talish on your back like this is not comfortable. You're a big, strong person,
Everybody
but
got limits.
yeah, you got limits. So you're having to take a lot more breathers. It's taking you a lot longer. During this time, hours have passed. It doesn't seem like anyone's following you. And you continue to trudge on, having to take lots of breaks here and there. Eventually, when I say eventually, it's like a day later, you guys are well on the trail to Groton. You see... Well, actually, let's pause for a second. Do you just push on through the night and not sleep, or do you make camp somewhere?
We know our friends are in front of us. We know bad guys are behind us, probably following us.
I'm going all night, I think.
All right.
I think
Thyber.
we should
Playing the
just
whole
go
time.
for
Constitution
it.
check.
Anyway.
Yeah, make me a con check, Thyber. Everyone else, you're fine. You're not carrying the extra load that Thyber is.
Yeah, I've got a 16.
Right. You are just racked, but you make it. And the last, several hours are very slow as everyone's kind of waiting for Thyber. But you guys do eventually get to the outskirts of Groton. So, lizard guys, lizard company B, lizard company B. You would expect that it would take a better part of a day for them to be here on cart and horse. Your lizards actually do go quite fast for small stretches. And they're about as fast as horses on longer stretches. So you tuck in and just kind of wait on the side of the road. During this time, both of you are making sure that you're not getting surrounded. Other people come out to look. You do see merchants come up and down the road. Are you staying hidden, or are you just kind of camping on the side of a road here where you're exposed and can be seen?
Can we be just a little bit further off the road, but making camp to make it look totally natural? That maybe we're just poor people who can't afford to stay in Groton.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Are you setting a fire or no fire?
I think according to the way that you described it, like we're trying to look like we're
Yeah.
normal folk. So I think a fire is probably what we're doing.
Okay. In which case, some of the Garrotten Watch apparently have been notified that someone's camping out here just outside of the city. And really, they just come by, see how you're doing. If you're, they don't recognize you. Actually, no, I take that back. The lizards are there. They absolutely recognize you. And so is there a problem?
No, we just wanted to spend some time in nature, you know.
Need some space for my lizards to stretch their legs.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
You
well,
are a druid, so
I heard they were also making it a little uncomfortable for the other animals in the stables, so I brought them out here instead.
Well,
Mhm.
a warning, milady. We have gotten news that raiders are about heavier than normal this season. They don't always raid by sea, so
Oh,
mind yourselves.
thank you.
Oh,
Thank
that's
you
very
for letting
helpful.
us know.
Yeah.
All right. Next day, you guys see Thyber, NPC, and a limping Tristan coming along the road.
We made a camp.
I look really damn tired. My eyes are all bloodshot.
Meanwhile, we're like roasting hot dogs and like.
I gesture to Tellish and I say, "Do you want to put that on the back of Yoshi or Birdo, or?"
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to mess with it too much unless everyone's ready to deal with them, but
I could ride one of them.
Yeah, I'll get off. I'll say like, take mine. Is all good.
I just kind of lay across the saddle.
so I think we should take Tellish right up to the councilwoman.
Tellish is
It
a
just-
mess, by the way, because nobody really saw to his needs, so he's pissed and crapped on himself, and he's just
Yeah.
he's rough.
It just looks like two dead
Deserves
bodies over
it.
the lizard, then like slumped.
He
Do we
still
wanna
doesn't
take
look like
him and-
himself, right?
Hey.
He still looks like this other person,
Yeah,
right?
he doesn't look like
Great.
Tellish at all.
That's perfect.
Fucking perfect.
So this guy like assaulted our party, right? That's the story, maybe.
Do we want to hide him out before we reveal that we actually have him?
I mean,
If
it's
he
not
is
like
tied into it and he's right there, she could order all the guards on us at that moment.
I
If
mean,
he's hidden away and if we don't return, he's to be executed, then maybe she'll hold off if she's on the same side.
we could just see if we can get answers out of them.
And
But
we
I
could
doubt-
also
I doubt he'll
interrogate him
talk.
first. Because there's no honor among thieves. I just kind of glance at Tristan, sorry. But he may turn on whoever hired him and if we were to let him go or promise to let him go. Take him to our boat or interrogate him out here.
We
think
could
we
go off
could-
into the woods and do that.
We're already in the woods, so
We're here. We're already here.
So is that what I'm hearing? You want to just interrogate him out here?
Yeah, I think so.
We've got all this stuff that he had, so I mean we can use that if we need to.
All right. Yeah. So tell me how you're doing this.
Hi.
good cop, bad cop.
When we started this adventure, we were told it was going to be a murder mystery. We've solved the mystery, so this is the murder part.
Yeah,
Do you want to tell us who your employer is? Because somebody's getting murdered, and it's either you or your employer.
I assume
care who.
somebody has ungagged him.
I ungag him at this point. Yeah.
All right. Well, despite his really bad condition, I mean, he is rank. He is rank. He kind of just kind of looks over and he's just very calm about it. He says, "I can pay you to let me go."
Murder? You tried to kill us by feeding us to trolls. So your death, your employer's death. That's the only thing you've got to bargain.
Yeah.
Oh,
This is
I've no problem giving up who hired me. If that alone will buy my freedom, then I'll certainly tell you that. Though I think it won't do you much good.
I think we should have more answers than just who his employer was.
I suppose it would be quite nice to know where the souls are as well.
Not that it would matter if that whole town burns down.
Let you tell us who and why, and then maybe we'll let you go.
Who? And why? Why? I can make a stab at the why, but I couldn't say exactly why my employer wanted this done. Would that do?
We can make a stab too. It's not what you.
Well, you're not really in a position to negotiate, so start talking.
Not a
and we'll see where it
negotiation.
goes.
Okay. Very well. As I said, likely this information won't do you much good. Qualton hired me.
Walton?
He's the abbot of Restonford.
So, actually, not the worst information. How about you tell us how those documents in the back of the cart relate to all this?
Oh, that was for my own personal use. It has nothing to do with the assassinations.
Did you have something to do with the Hell House?
In that I knew there was a treasure there, yes. And he
treasure.
does look over at the box of documents.
So the
So
boss.
Abbott wanted both the assassinations done.
Yes. Well, when I say Qualton hired me, and this is the sticky point, fellows, and I don't know how best to explain this. Qualton isn't always himself. He doesn't always recognize me. And I'm saying out of my disguise.
So he's possessed by somebody else or controlled by them in some way?
Now, was this the dude that had he was he fought the bear?
No,
Is this
Qualton
No,
is
no.
he's the abbot that's after the 14-year-old.
This sounds a little
Yeah.
similar. This sounds a little similar in terms of he doesn't remember, but yeah, I understand why you'd make that jump.
I'd like to remind the party, we did have that little thing about, maybe souls not being in bodies and stuff. Maybe there's some soul stuff going on here. I try not to say that to where Telesh can hear it, though. Just, we can reveal that if we need to, but...
Were these, I'd like to ask him, were these simple murders or were there more involved, like magic?
As I said, how are they involved? Yes, the way I have some powers, and I had some items that I was given by Qualton to trap the souls of those I killed. With the souls trapped, necromancy just doesn't work. There's no soul to question. There's no soul to bring back to the body. Those were given to Qualton.
Do you know where he keeps them?
No. We always met in places other than the chapel. Falco's Tavern, the tavern here.
So, when you said you knew there was treasure there, you motioned back to the crate of documents. Were the documents the treasure?
Oh, yes, indeed. I hope to turn that into a fair amount of coin. This has nothing to do with Qualton or the assassinations.
So,
I remember the girl had talked about that they took papers, but this was over a year ago, so...
If I were to cut you in for a substantial gain, would that buy my life? Would you let me go free?
Depends how big the gain is.
I'll hear you out.
Immense.
A what?
These documents detail a lineage. I'm sure if you've looked at them, you see that they're written in Elven. If you are able to read that, have you? Has anyone looked at the documents?
Yeah, I assumed during that ride, actually I didn't have them, but I did look at them before we left a little bit.
I have a client that has used my services in the past and has offered a very substantial reward if I were ever to unearth these documents. You see, the elven nations that reside on the isles around us. They are without monarch. It's a family position, shall we say. They are aware that there should be one living member left. Those documents prove who it is.
And I assume you know who it is. I say without giving.
Maybe a charisma check.
Okay. All right. I'm trying not to give up the we know, but
As he says that, I just kind of turn around because he's behind me. So I turn around and look at everybody and like,
What's he doing? What's he doing?
I just give him that look. I don't say anything and turning back around.
I am one away from my charisma, one down under it, so high success.
So he tells you, of course I do. He's lying.
He's lying. Okay. I turn to everybody and I'm like, this dude doesn't know shit.
Wait, did you say he is lying or he isn't lying?
He is lying about
okay.
knowing who the heir is.
Yeah, I look him like dead in the eyes, and then I just turn to everybody like, he doesn't know shit. He's not going to cut us in on anything if he doesn't know anything about this.
You're right.
Doesn't
I
need to
don't
know
know
to
who
sell
the
the
heir
documents,
is,
does
but
he?
I know the contact that will pay for those documents. That's the
Who's the
important part.
contact?
Let me go.
Mm,
Don't think we need the contact. I think if we just
No.
say we've got the documents which prove it, then the contact will come to us.
He shakes
Yeah.
his
You
head.
can look for
Or
the
several
elven
contacts
nations.
will.
Yeah, he shakes his head and just tells you it won't work that way.
I mean, you've already lied
Because
once.
It won't work that way because
You are newcomers here, and even if you weren't, the intricacies of the elven alliances are deep even for me to follow. It is not known at all that these lineages exist. There are only certain people that could do anything with those documents.
So what if there was an heir?
Well, that's none of my business. The payout for
Hmm.
those documents are.
And what was the payout?
Clams up a little bit about that. What is my life worth?
That's for you to decide. How cheap is your life?
So
Does
I
the lizard
understand
look
how this
hungry?
works. You're going to extort as much out of me as you can, but you're going
Wouldn't
to
you do the
offer.
same?
Of course. But what guarantee do I have that you will actually let me go if I tell you anything?
Well, tell you what, before we get to that, tell us a bit about the office politic here. If we're trying to solve this murder and you can say it was the abbot what hired you, like, are you deeply entrenched enough into Garrotten to where they'll be like, cool, we'll handle it and you'll be okay here too? What happens with the mystery if we just let you go? What happens with our obligation to be ombudsmans here?
I would rather not be delivered to Arness. I honestly don't know how she would take this. The events in Restonford are not her domain, but she may still have me strung up for it. Or she may not. She may not care as long as the mystery is put to rest and Garrotten is not responsible as a whole. But to prove that, she may need to string me up. I would rather that not happen.
So basically, in order to cut this deal with you, we'd have to renege on everything we set up here, is what you're saying. We'd
What
have
did
to let
you agree
go.
to? You have found who ordered the murders.
How do we prove
Proving
that
that
if we
If
don't?
we
have
could
it?
find those soul stones or whatever it is and release the souls, they can be brought back to tell the tale.
They
How do
could
we
be
guarantee
contacted.
you don't send your Assassin's Guild after us after we let you go?
He thinks about that. It's true. You have no way of knowing if I would do that or not. How about if I tell you who all the members are? Better yet, I have records. I can point you to the records.
Well, now, wait a second. Before we get too far here, are you speaking business? You control the raiders, correct?
No. I have had use of the Raiders. One of Qualton's personalities has control of them. He has very deep coffers.
Well, I was just curious because if you had control of them, we have a ship and we sell these waters. Sometimes I'm sure assassins need passage here or there. maybe ships get plundered and they unload some stuff here or there.
As I
Maybe
said,
a
I
business
don't have
arrangement amongst all
control of those raiders. I simply have use of them.
Mm-hmm.
So you said one of Qualton's personalities. Does he have more than two?
At least
Then?
two. At least two. One who has no knowledge of myself or recognizes me. The other
Right.
that
You
does.
haven't seen others, just those two.
To be honest,
Colton-
I haven't spent a lot of time around the man.
Right, but the one who hired you to do this had control of the raiders.
Yes.
Would I, meta knowledge wise, would I as a magic user have knowledge of like maybe somebody if using
Charm
him
person.
like ensorceling him so that yeah exactly like is it possible that he's actually not the one hiring, that somebody else is just magicking him, like would I know that?
Just with just what you know about magic, there are so many ways that this could play out.
Okay.
He could be possessed. He could have ran afoul of magics that caused a split personality. There's so many things that could be going on.
Okay.
You really can't pinpoint it without having the target in front of you.
So if he's a very powerful man that controls the raiders, you're a master of disguise, aren't you? What if
just
you took
smiles.
his place?
That is tricky. He does perform miracles, which I am incapable of doing.
I have a question. With our rerolls, can we force you to take a reroll, Bert?
What do you want me to do, or what do you want?
We'll find out in a second. Can we force you to take a reroll?
No, they're
Now
only
the
good
negotiation
for you.
is meta.
Yeah, they're only good for you. They don't
Okay.
affect me.
Oh, charm person won't work. Is that what you were
Okay.
doing?
I wanted to.
Yeah.
Because I was like, it
Good.
might work, but it would have to be a really, really bad roll. It would have to be a really bad roll.
Actually-
Like,
I don't think it will. You have a level limit of what it affects, I believe.
do I?
Let's look at it real quick. I mean, that would be an easy way to do some things here.
I mean, the only thing that I see is that it's one person.
Sorry, I'm still looking for it here.
Yeah. All I have is powerful enchantment woven by the spell will affect any person, meaning character races. We already know that he has character race. It also affects mammalian, whatever. If the target creature fails a saving throw, it will view the druid as a trusted friend. Interpreting charmed creatures will place themselves in moderate danger, blah, 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 will not undertake risks. Druid must be able to talk to the charmed creature if he or she is able to make sort of request. Charmed creatures are allowed periodic saving throws to break the charm based on their intelligence roll. Or based on their intelligence
Yeah,
level.
so there's no level break or hit dice value, so you could try it, sure. But yeah, he's not a dummy.
Because this is his intelligence, and we believe he's a wizard, correct?
You're not sure what he is, actually.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
You know
Well,
he
I
has
mean-
access to spells, but you don't know if they're items or if he himself can do it. Like he's got a utility belt of magic that he's.
Do you all want me to try?
If you think I'm for it, I mean
I
I
have
put
no
him
idea.
to sleep. I
While
mean
he's not trustworthy at the same time, he's still a businessman. And if we can come out ahead on this as well, get our boats, go our separate ways.
I guess what we should
Business is
ask
business.
ourselves, do we want to let him go?
Yeah, what are we gonna do with this guy?
Or do we want to bring him into our nests?
Serve
Are
him up
we
for
doing this
justice.
as a meta discussion or in front of him?
In meta.
All right.
All right, so
I'm
you
all
go
for
off to the
killing this
side,
bastard.
which also means that Fiber can't be part of this because he's got to stay in place.
You can untie him and tie him to a
You
tree. I mean, it's not as if the rope that was used to tie him up is the same rope that is used to tie him to oak. It's
Yeah,
two
True.
if you
separate
want to
lots
do
of
that,
rope,
you can
so,
do that.
Yeah.
And do you guys all go off to the side somewhere?
Sounds like it.
All right.
But keep him within eye distance and have the lizards ready to eat him if he tries to get loose.
Fingers
Ooh,
are broken.
fingers
That
Hands
are
are
doesn't
broken.
tied
mean he
to
can't
different
get
sides of
loose
it.
and run.
Yeah.
I mean,
Do not trust people like that.
nothing to.
You're welcome for preemptively being a terrible person and suggesting we break his fingers.
Mm?
Yep, you go off to the side, and before he does, before you go off to the side, he'll say, at least 800,000 gold.
Total or our cut?
Total, at least, perhaps more.
That's a lot. That's a lot.
Even if we did a 50-50 split, that's 400 grand.
That's a lot. But
Yeah,
there's a
but-
little girl too. Well, I don't say that in front of him, but I'm
And
thinking
he starts to say, but there's a little I elbow him.
yeah, there's a little problem though, like, morally. I finish.
Yeah.
That's definitely worth discussing. Let's
I-
talk and walk away.
I don't want to buy into it.
This isn't
Well,
what I
funny.
do. Like, I would like to turn him in.
Are we out of earshot now?
Yeah.
You think
Sounds
you
like
are.
it, yeah.
Okay.
If you want
Make
to stay
sure do
also
not-
within eye shot, you don't know if you're actually completely out of earshot.
All right.
Okay.
We need to whisper and do not face
I
him
blind
when you
him.
talk.
With my
Yeah.
knives.
First, I
And
stab out his
blindfold him.
eardrums.
Blindfold him and stuff wax or something in his ears.
Do you really? You take them time
I
to do
put
that?
little earmuffs on him. I put little earmuffs on him, and I
He could
stuff
read
his mouth.
lips or something.
I stuff his mouth with the thing again because I don't want him screaming out.
Okay. It's not like he can stop you, so you do these things.
Whee! I come over and I cover my mouth as we talk to each other very quietly so that he can't read lips because he's crazy.
I'm like a high school girl eating at her first date.
I think NPC is right. Like, what do we want? What do we all want to do? I would like to turn him in.
That's a
Hey,
lot
I'm
of
not-
money.
It's a lot of money, but I'm not comfortable that he isn't just going to kill us.
I
That's a
don't
pretty-
believe him. Yeah.
Yeah.
But we're going to sell far away from here, or is it going to be worth his trouble to come get us when he's free? And we've got money and he's got money. Conversely to that, if that little girl in our house is the heir to this kingdom, we could be even further rich beyond.
But
I
we
don't-
can't prove that if we don't have the articles. Because
So
this
here's the
guy's
thing.
selling the articles.
It's who they go to, but if it can be proven that's who, if that she's even that.
So here's the thing, though. We have the provenance. We have the heir. I don't see a reason why we should trust his motivations. Like, they might just want to kill the heir to
We don't
clear
know
the
that
heir.
that's actually the heir. It could just be some girl. We're
Mm.
guessing here.
This guy is really good at killing people who are like in political positions. Also, I think they were ready to execute the guy from the tavern when they thought it was him, and they didn't even know he was the head of this assassin's guild. So part of me feels like they might just be open to like getting rid of him.
I worry about we could look through the docs. If it's the little girl, I'd feel super bad. I'd feel more than 800,000 gold bad about a little dead girl. I'm just saying.
So my
I
vote.
kind of shrug at that.
my
Yeah,
vote
that's fair. I mean,
is we should turn him in, see if we can get a reward. Then turn in what info we have to finish this little shindig and investigation.
Well, technically, turning him in for a small reward is doing a. That's like saying, "Hey, I found this dagger in the road and it's got blood on it. Do I get a reward for it?" He's just the weapon.
Yeah, but we got the
The-
info from him, and
Yeah, but then the actual killer, if you're worried about justice, goes free. If it's the bishop or somebody controlling him, he's just the weapon. He's doing a job. If somebody paid us to go kill somebody, we would do it.
mm,
I like to think Thyber is just very matter of fact about it. We do it.
I think we should turn him in still. I mean, they're probably gonna string him up anyways, and I'd rather see this guy dead. He tried to kill us. I'm not.
No, I agree. But
agree with
400
you up to a point.
okay.
It is the mere fact that you said probably. I want definitely. I am prepared to just kill him off here and now because
Yeah.
I mean I've got a crossbow bolt in my back. That doesn't help. And he tried to feed us to trolls, and he runs an assassin's guild, and he burned down a house where a little
Ooh.
girl was living, etc. So
How about-
I am all for killing him right now and just
We could
saying,
bring
look,
the body.
we dealt with him.
Yeah.
I like
we could
this
bring the
idea.
body.
What if we ask him where the paperwork is on the Assassin's Guild so that way we can prove that he's not going to come after us like he offered? If he gives us that, stab him in the face real hard.
So you want to kill him for being a cutthroat and an assassin, and a bad guy, but yet you want to deceive him and then stab him in the face.
Pretty much.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like. Yeah, just right in the face.
I just want to make sure I'm dealing with hypocrites. That's fine.
Does anybody have a good aligned character?
Yeah, technically I'm neutral.
Neutral good? Okay.
No, just neutral.
Oh, then you're not good aligned. Yeah.
No.
Yeah,
She's a
chaotic
druid.
neutral.
She has
I'm
to be
straight
I'm
up
neutral good. That's
Okay,
why I
so-
want to turn him
alright.
in.
All right. Is anybody lawfully aligned?
I'm not. I'm chaotic
I
neutral.
refuse to answer on the grounds that it may incriminate me.
Aw.
All right. So yeah, just yeah, on an alignment base, but lawful characters would probably be lobbying to turn him into the authorities. Good characters would probably be a little squeamish at just killing him outright. If you're neither of those, have at it.
Not him.
It's just the same reason I've got no problem making a deal with him. That's a lot of fucking gold.
Right. So you'd be on the side of turning him in or making a deal, but not stabbing him in the face. I'm guessing, Oak.
Oh, I have no problem stabbing in the face, but I'm looking
Okay.
at what's going to benefit us, me, whoever, the most.
We have no guarantee
Or-
that we can get this gold out of him.
Yeah,
No,
he's,
we
he
don't.
wants us to let him go, and then maybe he'll pay us back. Like he won't even tell us who the guy is. He probably won't bring us.
We could always investigate and try to figure out. It may be hard and few and far between, but he's given us enough to know that there's an heir to these Sylvan kingdoms. And
I
that
turn
could be-
toward him and I cast Charm Person.
All right.
He can't hear you. He's got wax in his ear.
Yeah. So if you remove the
I go,
wax and you want to cast the spell, all right, good enough.
I go, we're best friends. I like cup his face in my hands and I say,
Fails.
we're best friends.
He
He
failed.
fails? What's his intelligence?
No.
Oh, it fails.
Yeah, it fails. Yeah.
Oh.
Is his okay, so his intelligence is over an 18.
How many points do
God.
we have to spend?
You can
Doesn't
just
work.
We have
remember you can spend
16?
4 to make it. Well, no,
Do we
because
have
I
4?
still get to roll. I still get to
Yeah,
roll. So
Bert gets
yeah.
to roll. Yeah.
Because I only get to cast it once a day. That's it.
Mhm.
No, so if you can't, if it's an automatic success, what I'm talking about is if I exert my will with the crown.
Oh, you want to do that?
Oh.
Well,
And
you,
use it
you know what the check
automatic.
is. Go for it.
Yeah, but I'm saying if we're
Yeah.
spending 4 for that automatic
Yep,
success.
you can do that. You can
Do
certainly
it.
do that.
All right, we're down to 12 now.
12. Yeah.
Okay, now what do we, before we do this, I can force him to tell us if I concentrate hard enough.
Yep.
I might get a nosebleed and a bad fucking headache, but I can do it.
Do you think we'd get like all good answers? Because I'm just pretending I don't know how the crown works exactly.
Well, yeah, nobody actually. I don't think anybody
Yeah.
knows that it's just me being intimidating before that you see me yelling.
Oh, so
I
so
just assume it works the same way my stuff works. Like because you're casting some sort of spell. I just assume
Well, do
you
they
cast
even
spell.
know that this
do
is
we know
magical?
that? Yeah.
No one's
I don't
cast
think that
detect
anybody-
magic on it, so no,
Yeah.
nobody really knows.
It's just
Oh, no.
anytime I've
It's an
used it, I've
ugly
been,
looking
like,
crown you
threatening, like,
decided to wear as a trophy.
yeah, and then when I've made people be coerced, it's because I'm like yelling at them, so I'm just being intimidating. So it may look as like, hey, he's a big mean dude. They don't want to fuck with him. Yeah, I'm not trying to meta here with anything, but it's
Nope.
like
No, you're
honestly, the characters probably don't know.
Well, if we don't know, I'd be like, so you're going to just try to intimidate him into being honest, I guess. Okay, I mean, you can try, right?
If something works,
think-
it works, so I don't care.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I mean. Like, give it a shot, buddy.
So I pull his blindfold off and I grab him by the face and get like within inches of his eyes, locking into mine. I'm like,
Kiss.
tell me
Kiss.
everything you know.
Oh.
Why, who, how, everything you know.
Right.
And I exert my will as much as possible. Blood starts coming out my nose.
So you start doing this on one person. So you're at an advantage of this. So make me a roll, but treat your stat as 2 points higher. And it's a charisma check.
Yay, I got a 7 here.
You made it.
Nice.
Need to
All
spend
right.
the 4.
Okay, so
Yeah, didn't-
what are your questions? You guys, yeah, he doesn't look as much intimidating as he looks constipated. There is blood coming out of his nose while he's doing this. So here's how it's going to work. You're going to be taking damage. Basically, you get a question and you're going to take damage. Each question you ask you're going to be taking damage while this is going on. Tellish has really got a very strong mind.
Okay.
So as long as you're concentrating on it, you can get him to answer, but it's going to hurt. So what's your first question?
I was sitting there, be concentrating. I'll just kind of growl, ask him quote your questions, and I'm like to the others.
All right. What do you ask him? What do you ask Tellish?
Who's the contact who wants to buy the elf papers? I guess.
All right.
And then when he asks the questions, I'll be like, answer him.
Yeah. So he gives you a name. It's in Elven, and it's fairly long. It seems to be a noble title.
Okay, I make a note of it.
Yeah.
And then I whisper to everybody. I'm like, do we want to ask him if he intends to betray us?
So after every question,
Oh.
Oak, I want you to make me a con check. If you fail, you're going to take some damage.
We do
Got
got those rerolls,
con.
though. Ooh.
You're good. Okay. Next question. Is anybody writing this down, by the way? Does anybody actually have...
That's what I said. I made
Quill
note
and-
of it.
Okay.
Yeah. I want to make sure I do that.
You got a name. We need a location
Oh,
and how
okay.
to contact.
Pirate Port in the Isle of Mist. I can't tell you how to get there, but I can direct you. It won't appear on maps. Con check.
And I just rolled another one.
You're good. He's fighting you the whole way. This is like tooth and nail. You're still exerting dominance, though.
Interesting.
Next
Like
question.
at this point, being the magic user, am I starting to grok what's happening here? Like watching this?
He's obviously it's not intimidation that's going on. There's something else
Okay.
going on here. I mean, Tellish is
Oh.
these words are being ripped from Tellish. You can tell he doesn't want to say anything, but he
Ask
seems
where the list is, the roster.
bedroom,
Ooh, good.
castle, my bedroom, castle, Restonford,
Where in it?
third stone, left wall.
Ooh.
Grown Wolf, you
Ooh,
got
getting
that?
close there. I got a
Yeah.
16.
If you feel up to it, ask him what his deepest, darkest secret is.
Ooh. Jeez.
Enjoy K-pop.
If you want to. If you want
I
to,
release
Fiber.
him so he doesn't have to answer that.
All right. If you're serious about that, then yeah, that's the questions you get answered.
Fiber, do you want to take another attempt at that? Oh,
That's my. I've got a 16, so
Okay.
You're fine then. Yeah, if you have a 16, you're fine.
all right. What's his deepest, darkest secret?
Who asked that?
Sounds like Odette asked
Odette
it.
asked
Yeah.
it?
Yeah.
I serve the darkness.
Oh my god, you're fucking emo.
So when he says that, he doesn't mean this figuratively. He is in service to a being, is what you're guessing.
Okay.
I don't want to let him go now.
Yeah, I kind of don't trust. Okay, how about should we ask him if he intends to betray us?
Oh.
That's his
No.
favorite color.
no, I just shake
Please.
my head when I'm like, should we ask him? I'm like, no.
Okay.
Okay.
Ask if he has any dirt on Arnas.
Yes.
Or what the dirt is.
Yeah, tell us the dirt.
Documents
Spill the tea.
in my room, same location.
Mm.
Third stone, left wall.
Beautiful.
Woo!
Perfect. All right. So we have a way to incriminate her. We don't need to. I'm good. I want to still turn him in, but I also want to kill him morally.
Who's the?
So did
now, what
anyone
was-
ask if he intended to double?
We
I
haven't
wanted
yet.
to,
Okay,
but
no one did. Okay,
I mean, I'm still conscious. I mean, if you ask the question,
he's
So-
struggling, but he doesn't. He seems fine. Fiber. I mean, he's still no worse than when this started. It's just an immense amount of concentration on his face. He may have crapped his pants. What?
I want to say also at this time, like the second nostril is starting to bleed.
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah,
Uh,
that's the
I'm-
question I
That's
want to know.
Cyborg's dark secret, is that he crapped his pants during all of this.
I always do that. That's not a secret.
It's not a secret. It's my thing. Anybody else got a question?
The only other question is, where's the port? Because he said he could direct it to us, but I mean, he could explain it to us,
So that's
Yeah.
what you're asking.
or we could get a map and like, hey, point it out to us or something.
It
That's the
doesn't
only question I got.
work that way. I can direct you to it because I know that it exists. It can't be shown on a map.
Right, no, I get that, but he can say it is square A7 or whatever if it was in grid.
No, that's what he's getting across. It can't be shown.
It can't
on a
be
map.
accessed.
Yeah.
So we have to keep them
It
all
probably
back.
has something to do with the dark powers that he's in cahoots with, is more likely.
Okay.
And
What about any information on the priest?
Shadow realms.
Would y'all?
yeah. So
I think
question.
we got everything on the priest that we could beforehand. You
If
mean
he was
the...
being honest.
Is
Ah,
I have
true.
a question.
Okay.
I have a question that's like a meta question, Bert.
Mhm.
He's gonna remember that we've asked him all these questions, right?
Oh heck yeah.
Yeah,
We have
this is being stripped. He's being forced to give
We
us
have
this.
to kill him. We have to murder him. Or turn him in. We have to
I pull out a dagger and I'm like pointing at my face and making the stabby stabby.
No, if you want, go ahead and ask him. It's not like I'm not. Even if I take some damage, I've got a little bit.
So ask him
If you want
your
to.
question, or Richard. Or...
No, yours. If you want to.
the double cross.
Okay, I'm like, so are you going to double cross us? Do you intend to double cross us?
Oh, I failed that one.
If you make a deal with me, I can't double cross you.
I take some damage, Bert.
Darkness.
Deal with the devil.
Just a point. Yeah, some more blood starts streaming out of your nose.
Yeah, not a biggie. It's just a little bit heavier trickle, not much. It's not
Okay.
pouring.
I'm like, I don't know. So we've kind of got some options now. It seems everybody.
All right, so we could strike a deal with him, and if we word it correctly, he can never bother us again.
There's this darkness thing, which is an issue. Anybody want to ask about the darkness?
Mm-mm.
I attack the darkness.
Listen,
I bet
I'm
he'd
not a
tell us about
cleric.
it. I bet he'd tell us about it even if, because I mean, he has to tell us what the making the deal actually is. Like, so we might not even need to exert will on him, or Thyber might not need to like intimidate it out of him.
Right.
So Odette, just you get the feeling also by what he said that you, at least you believe you've answered the fact that this man's magic is clerical. Like he is bestowed powers. Like he is
Okay.
linked to something.
So if I'm staring at him still. I'm like, so if we struck a deal, you would honor the bargain between us for a possibly working relationship.
I must honor the deal. So that was a question. So yeah, there you go.
Yep, I'm rolling.
Hey, I have one last question. Who else can direct us to the pirate port?
Let me think about that for just a second.
If we have names, we don't need him necessarily.
Okay.
No, we can go turn in that abbot.
Right. Actually, he does. He tells you Gellius, which is unfortunate because you guys killed Gellius.
Killed Gillius.
Oh well.
Yeah.
Hooray! We did it.
Gellius was his right-hand man.
We
And,
did it.
Well, we
We'll
don't
honor a
have
bargain.
To...
I say we.
We murdered him.
Here's a question. Oh, there's my deal. I made it. How lucrative is your Assassin's Guild? How much have you made?
Okay, no, if you change it to how much have you made, so he's going to answer that literally then, since I founded it. In gold, 300,000 to 400,000, but the gold is the least of the value. Favors, I have many favors owed.
I say to the other one, I think we should make a business arrangement here.
So,
I mean, yeah, it's starting to feel that way.
We
Yeah,
have a boat that I'm sure will be useful to you.
I want to ask everybody, like, do we think it's worth
What?
asking him if if he knows what the intention is to do after these papers are delivered with the heir?
He
He
said
may
he
not
didn't.
know if he's just hired. I want the papers.
What
Yeah.
was
Yeah, that's what he said earlier.
So,
Okay.
I'm gonna have that. That's a question, Drone Wolf. You had to have asked that within his presence.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah. So yeah, make the roll,
No problem.
and he tells you political coup.
Okay.
The buyer wants the crown.
Okay.
Speaking of favors, if you found the actual heir, it would be worth more than that 800 gold and many more favors than a coup from some diplomat that you can't trust to begin with.
To me, that person has no value. To my client, yes.
All right, but if you were to rescue the heir, that heir may be more valuable to you alive if you help save them.
All right, you're not asking him direct questions.
No, I'm
so
just
he's
saying
gonna-
that.
Yeah. So he just clams up. He's not going to say anything.
Hmm.
Okay.
All right.
At this point, Thyber, make me a save versus spell.
Where's my save button?
Crown's attacking you?
Spell.
Roll initiative against the crown.
Nope.
Didn't make it? All right. You drop.
It's got to be above, correct?
Yeah.
Pass out.
You pass out.
Okay.
Yeah. So the blood gushing out of his nose just like intensifies. It starts coming out of his ears and out of his eyes, and he just falls over.
Hmm.
At which case, Tellus just shakes his head like he's trying to clear his head. It's like, I hope that was useful to you.
Yeah. Very.
I start to stuff stuff back into his mouth, and I'm like, illuminating. Yeah.
Could you maybe stuff a pie in here first? I'm starving.
Let's roll Thyber onto his side so he doesn't choke
Drown on his own
whatever's or
vomit.
vomit or whatever. Yeah.
I'll be Bon Scott.
That is a shame. I had one last question as well. Never mind.
You could still ask him. You just don't know if he's being truthful.
Yeah, I know, but the question was going to be, what would you do if our possessions were reversed?
Make the deal.
I'm
You
a
can't
Bon
answer.
Scott,
You've got
say
stuff
it.
in your mouth.
Blah,
Shut
blah,
up.
blah, blah.
I think he said spin the wheel.
We haven't got the cart anymore. We left that. Oh, I don't know where the horse and the cart ended up. Never mind. Sorry. No horse rent for you.
That poor horse is just going to keep going down the road until it dies of exhaustion and not being fed or watered.
Not magically
He said to
compulsed
keep
to
going.
do so.
Wouldn't it
How
be
long
happy
does-
to see me? Wouldn't it be like, best friend, hello?
No, actually, yeah. Technically, by the spell use, it will stop to eat and forage, but it will still keep going down that road until it's told otherwise.
Have I stopped it? Can I stop it, please?
It's so
stop
far
it?
away
You don't
from where
know
you
this
are.
though.
Yeah.
Aw.
I should know it. It's my spell. And you're passed out,
You have
Ivor.
no magical link to it.
All right.
I mean,
Well,
we don't even know where it's going to end up.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't
fair.
going down the road to Garon. So
no.
Eventually, it will reach the end of the road and it will stop.
I really like this Kung Fu the Legend Continues journey that this horse and cart are gonna have.
All right. So, yeah, you guys have a dilemma. What are you going to do about
Yeah.
Tellish?
I don't know how long till I regain consciousness.
Roll a d10.
10 years.
40 minutes.
I think we should.
I mean,
turn
you can be
Tellish
roused.
in.
If somebody actually wants to, like, splash water on him and wake him up, you can wake him up.
Yeah, I would, because I want the whole party to decide. I would try that. Yeah.
So, order of events: we go get the roster and the evidence against Arness. We bring Tellish and all the evidence to Arness. We maybe blackmail Arness.
Into doing the right thing if she won't.
What is the right
Yeah.
thing in this instance? Is the right thing letting him go so that he can take us to this pirate place so that we get 800,000 or whatever it is?
The right thing is we agree to a partnership. He said he has to honor it. Let's make some money together. I've got no problem
Well,
with
he
it.
has to honor any deal that we make, but
Did we wait for
we have to
Sandra to
agree
wake
to a
up?
deal.
Yeah, we woke him up.
That's,
Oh, okay. I was gonna say I tucked him in.
I splash water on his face as soon as you put the blankets on him.
No.
Basically,
blankets
it's
are all
like a
wet now.
1-2. It's a 1-2.
Being
You just drop
waterboarded,
the
what the
blankets
hell?
and then. Psh.
let's tuck him in nicely, and then I'll splash cold water on him.
I know. Shannon looks so sleepy. I'm like, oh, he intimidated so hard, and now he's asleep. Let's tuck
Look at
him
that
in.
little guy. Aw.
All tuckered out.
Throw me some more water down my back. I got piss and shit all over.
Yeah,
me.
you do. You do.
Oh. That's also why I'm covering you up.
The smell. No. Yeah. So what? I'm not opposed to making the deal at this point. The problem is we're gonna have to, for me to agree to that, if it's fair with everybody, I'd like to make sure the girl is safe and is not linked to these documents if she is implicated in the documents.
Well, I
Sounds
don't
like
think
you're going
we
to be doing
should.
reading.
I don't think we should bring her up.
No, I'm not
idea-
intending to.
My idea is we make the deal with him that we say we let you go and you can harbor no ill will towards us. You cannot harbor any ill will towards us, as in like you can't send people after us, he can't do anything to hurt us anymore. Just a thing of like, even just say like to him we don't exist. He just completely.
No, that would undo the deal.
Oh, fair. Damn, you're
To
That's
right.
like
you, we don't exist. Okay, stab,
Like-
stab, stab. We're all dead.
So something like to the effect of like you can't send anyone after us, like you can't do anything to impede us, and we let you go.
You cannot
that-
direct any harm upon our persons, kind of a thing.
I
yeah.
Now-
think we should work together. He makes money.
The behind the scenes thing is we don't tell him that we're keeping the paper.
We need him in
Well-
order to sell.
Do we
Yeah,
really
the
want to
paper.
do that though? Like, do we want to
Sure.
get involved with the affairs of elves?
Well, we don't have to. We can turn it
Like-
over, get the money. If you're concerned about the child, though, if she is actually the heir,
Yeah,
then
I'll
it's
be.
like,
Can I
okay,
be
do we
reading the
care about
docs?
giving her up to this? Do you care if she dies, or do you want to try to like, hey, now we're like best buds with like an elven princess?
So, Brendan, if Grunwolf wants to start reading through it, you can, but there's just so much information here. It's not like you can just skim through it and figure out
Okay.
anything. It's going to take a long time of pouring over it.
Okay.
A lot of it's histories.
Okay. Like so and so begotten of so and so.
Yes, it's family
yeah.
lines and histories and what these people did in the past, and so it was part of their titles. That's why the name he gave you was apparently so long.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, if it's a political coup, then the person is not in charge at the moment and wants to be in charge. So whoever they find as the heir still needs to be alive, even if they are controlled by whoever this person is. So whoever we turn over is not going to die, at least not immediately.
Kind of cock my head because I don't remember if he asked us or not. And I look at him, I'll repeat it even. And like, who hired you to kill us? Was that the abbot also?
No, you were just in the way.
Fair enough.
Oh, so it wasn't a job. You were just trying to kill us.
Well, we were in his way.
He's trying to cover his tracks.
I can
Yeah.
understand. I would have done the
Crack
same.
team of investigators, as
That's right.
obviously we are.
You had an annoying ability to put yourself into my business.
In fairness, I read a lot of Sherlock Gnomes books as a child.
Wow.
Yeah, that annoyance could be good in a business situation, being with you instead of against you.
Can we strike a deal then?
I'm with it. It's up to convincing the others. I have no problems working with you.
The deals will be very precise and backed by a certain amount of authority. As you were able to get out of me, I must adhere to the bargain that struck. Conversely, you could be held responsible yourself for not upholding your end.
Well, our end
who-
is to not let you get hung by Barnes, I guess. That's what we're bargaining with here.
But can you actually do that? If you were
I
simply
mean,
to
with the
let me
blackmail
go,
material that you've got, yes.
Well, what can we give her that implicates the abbot that
doesn't
can show
implicate
that
you.
we're being truthful, that we got the information from you, but you got away?
as I said initially, I have told you who has paid me. Proving that he did is beyond my scope. He is very smart. He covers his tracks well.
Who's to say we can't prove that he has multiple personalities? You know,
Certainly not I. If you can prove that,
Well,
that
if we
would
could
go.
sneak in there and see if we could find the items he gave you that suck the souls in, what do they look like?
Baubles. He describes basically what sounds like, just imagine a Fabergé egg type of thing.
If we could get him out of there and have maybe Tristan, you sneak in there and see if you can find those, then we can use those as bargaining chips.
If
or
you can release the souls so that they can be asked questions, then certainly that would be proof.
Would that be a problem for you, though? Because they're going to say that you killed them, or were you disguised enough that they won't say that you killed them?
Oh, they never saw me.
Okay, good.
But would they
That's
know
helpful.
who killed, or not the hand, but the will that killed?
I don't know. I don't know what a soul's knowledge is once it's left the body.
I mean, if we find them in his room, then, I mean, that implicates it in some way.
If it can be proven, it could just, if they're just baubles, we're saying that's what they are. If it has to be proven.
I mean, any magical person who knows that souls can be trapped should be able to, like, recognize something like that, surely.
I kind of like, yeah, definitely. Anyone that knows that can be done could totally do it. I say
I mean, there'll be books on the subject or something somewhere. It says, hey, souls.
Hey, souls, your guide to souls in stones and baubles.
So we want to strike a deal. I'm good. He has a lucrative business. Not just in gold, like you said, but in favors. Who knows down the road what that could do for us?
I don't like the idea of working with somebody who says they work for the darkness, but
And
I
they just
mean,
kind
if
of
there's a
point
way
you.
if there's a way to assume that he's just not going to come after us anymore, and not send anyone after us, then I'm fine with.
Again, I'm assuming you're talking in front of him. So he'll just look at you when you say
You
that
are
and
gagged,
say,
sir.
nope.
No.
Thiber was asking him direct questions. He
I
had
guess
to
so,
have.
yeah.
Yeah. So he will say, there's nothing to fear from my mistress. The dark comes with the day. Night and day, one and the same. Without both, you have no life. She is not to be feared, merely worshipped.
What's her name?
He actually is. He tries, and he's like, she cannot be named.
They seem like he's being honest and sincere about that.
He actually looked
describe
like
her?
he was trying to tell you a name, and then
Mhm.
stops and says she can't be named.
Describe her with interpretive dance. So
Kurt Woodland.
it's like a wavy
He's all
tube
tied
man.
up. He's just trying.
Yeah. So I'm not opposed to striking the deal, but how? I'm actually like I'm equidistant for both points. In fairness, like I see turning them in and just leveraging what we have on our nests to make sure that we aren't put to the stockade for our part in this.
I can make this very easy. You can hang on to the documents. Allow me to go about my business. I will reach out to the client that will pay for it, and I will bring him to the mainland. You can meet him You can tell me where the meet will be set up, and it will be between you and them.
This is sounding like a sweeter and sweeter deal.
Just have them come
I
to
mean,
the
for
I don't know.
Right.
house.
That's it. I
talk
just
it
get up
out.
and I pull my big two-handed sword, and I make ready to take his head off, and then I slice the ropes.
All right, yeah, he's got broken fingers, but he kind of rubs his wrists.
I'm like, hang on. I start trying to set him, but I don't know shit about medicine.
You set them all sideways.
Makes it
and run.
worse. He'll never do magic.
I'm not trying to
again.
be mean. It's like, yeah, I'm trying to.
Actually,
Never
he
do magic
says,
again.
if you will permit me, I give you my word that will not cause you harm.
Is he gonna heal himself? I'm guessing.
You're gonna. What are you doing?
You got any potions in your pocket?
No.
Are you happy to see me?
Very personal question.
Can heal
You got a
myself.
potion in your pocket? Or are you happy to
I
see
can
me?
heal
Little blue
myself if
potion.
you will allow me to.
Is it a potion in my
Go
pocket?
ahead.
Heal others too.
HP to see me.
I can.
I tell him, go ahead. I'm like, I cut him free completely, and I walk back over to the rest of the group.
Well, I guess we're making a deal. I say to everyone.
this feels bad. This feels like we're gonna regret this.
Yeah. I mean, who doesn't want to parlay with the literal darkness? I say to everyone.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, are you letting him or not letting him?
Yeah, I cut him loose, and I said, do what you want.
Okay. He goes to a bare spot of ground. He kind of tears up the grass, and he gets a stick with what little dexterity it has with his broken fingers, and he etches onto the ground a symbol, and he prays over it for a bit. And
Is it
Like to-
recognizable?
I was gonna say I'd like to draw the symbol, if nothing else, into my journal.
yeah, his hands heal. He looks a bit better, but he still smells like crap and pee.
Me too.
Same days.
Yes.
Girl does not, because
You're-
he went for a swim in the river. So change.
Yeah, so he's made it's a couple of lines. You go ahead and you scratch it down into your book. Your characters would realistically have no idea what the symbol means, but you have a copy of it, and I will make a graphic of it and give it to you, the players, at some point here. He's
in the
healed.
DM work now. He's like, damn it, didn't know you'd ask that.
Yep.
It's just like a D20.
With an eye.
May we make a
Okay.
deal? I desire my freedom. I desire to not be hounded by the authorities so that I may go about my position. I will leave Reston or Garotten and not return.
Well, I have no problem with you staying here. I just want a lucrative business deal between us.
But Arness may, and I don't wish to have my face shown, disguised or not, in the city. If you,
Don't you have blackmail
you-
material?
Yeah,
on
do
her?
you want the blackmail on her?
I could
'Cause
use
we
it.
don't want to piss her off, but
mean-
you can have it because you're the one that had it to begin with.
What do you
we
intend
want
to
the
tell
roster.
her? You've already told her that I am the head of the guild, the Assassin's Guild in Garotten. What more will you tell her?
That you were hired by the abbot.
Yeah, we'd say that we got the information, that we managed to.
Actually, we
figure
can tell
all
her
of it
about the
out.
baubles and all, and she can have her guard go in there and look for them. We don't have
Yeah.
to be. If
Yeah,
that proves
just
things,
if
we can have
there's-
her plate people storm the abbey.
Hmm. And
Tricky.
when she
she
asks
has
about
no.
you, just say you got away.
It's tricky. She has no political power in Restonford, and that's where the baubles are located. She could tell the new ruler there, but she is a child, untrained, unsuited for the position.
But she also wants vengeance for the person that killed her family too.
Don't be so sure of that.
She played. I mean,
Do you think
neither of
there's-
those are our problem.
They are not.
Yeah. Yeah. Would that?
I wish my freedom with as little lawful connections as I can get away with. If you must tell them more of my dealings, then so be it, but as little as possible. I don't wish to be apprehended by guards from either Garotten or Restonford before I can make my way.
Well, I mean, if we go there and we just say we didn't learn anything new, and we didn't see you, then your flight and your freedom is on you. Would that be a comfortable bargain?
Then we don't solve the mystery.
Yeah, well, how did we get them? Let's just say that we interrogated you, you told us who hired you, and then you managed to give us a slip.
Yeah, you
That would
put
work
us to
for me.
sleep before. Like we can just say you can just part of the deal is you put us to sleep when the deal's done and then you leave and then when we wake up, we just go and tell her and then we're not lying. You put us to sleep and got away.
As I doubt I will ever be returning to Groton, I will sweeten the deal a little for you. If you can gain access to my room in the Groton Castle, there are a number of items that you would be interested in, as well as the blackmail material and the lists of the assassins here.
You got a key?
How do we what about getting in contact with each other? If we're going to have a business arrangement,
You
and
tell
you're
me
going.
it will take a month for me to be able to arrange contact with a buyer. You tell me where to meet you.
or how long do we think we still have on the boat being repaired?
The boat easily had a month to be repaired, so
Yeah, okay. Well, we're going to be here for a while anyway. We got to wait the boat. We've got a place to stay.
preferably not in Groton. If it must be, then it must be. But
Well, we can meet someplace else. You're saying we will be in the area.
I know of the home that you have acquired. If I can send message there,
Sure.
Yeah,
you
that
can
would
send
work.
a message back with that runner as to where we can meet. It will take a month for me to be able to arrange anything. I can claim the amount I told you, even if I have to tap into some of my own stores.
I mean, even if
We've gotta-
if it's a month, the boat will be fixed. We can just meet him out at sea
If
at that
you
point.
Hopefully.
wish to follow me, you are welcome. I merely offered that you keep the letters until we meet again as proof that well,
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so
mean
what you're
what I
saying is
say.
we don't even need to have anything to do with this deal. You'll front us the half out of your own stores and just
oh
be on your
no,
way.
I don't have that much. What I'm saying is you need not put the letters in my care. You keep the information. I will bring the buyer to you.
I see.
I'm good. I'm not a lawful character, but I spit in my hand and then offered a handshake. It's a deal then.
Okay.
Spit and
Before
shake.
you shake that, are you sure there's
Yeah.
no other stipulations you want to add to things?
Yeah.
Not death from you, if that wasn't included already.
Yeah, no one said
Or
anything
your
about that.
agents.
Yeah,
No,
we
yeah.
haven't talked. We haven't
I
bargained
thought y'all
really
said
yet.
that like there's no way for you to come back and renege. And
No, you
hurt
guys
us.
were talking between each other. You didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah. You
Yeah, we
didn't
haven't
state
done
it.
that with him yet, Oak. So.
I just tell him then, for us, you don't send anyone, you don't do anything towards us. We want no problems involving you in any way, shape, or form.
Or anyone
going
you may
forward.
hire.
Yeah.
No chain that leads back to you in some fashion. Our deaths will
Yeah.
be natural and not by your hand or anything domino you pushed.
From now on and from this deal forward, we are considered at least neutral to each other.
If you claim the same and don't come after me after this bargain is struck, then that is, well, I
Yeah.
cannot, however, guarantee the client. It's not someone that I am hiring. I can
Oh,
arrange the
someone
meeting.
else.
Well, that's fine. Just we're the one to make sure you don't try to kill us in the future. We won't do to you. We want a successful business arrangement. We've got a good ship. Maybe in the future you need things moved in and out. Marks, we can work together.
Okay. Anything else you want to add? He agrees to that. A mutual leave each other the hell alone.
And make money where we can.
I mean, if you promise to no longer do assassin stuff,
Oh,
You're gonna look back like that.
that will
What?
cut into my business quite a bit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, we can't have a business deal if his business doesn't make
Fair.
money in favor of it.
I don't want to work with an assassin.
How about you just don't hear about it? What you don't know won't hurt
Yeah.
you.
All right. So what else should we add in though? I mean,
So we've got like no harm will be directed to or acted upon us by your hand or those that you work
Or
for,
even
right?
indirectly.
Or either way.
Yeah.
Yeah,
even
or
indirectly.
either way. So mutually assured non-destruction.
Yep.
Um,
Except he did put in the caveat that the person that the client that will be buying the documents, he cannot tell you how he will react to anything.
I mean,
Sure.
that's a third party. That just seems fair.
uh,
This is not a GM
immunity?
gotcha thing. I'm just wanting to make
No.
sure that you have said everything you want to say. I'm not trying.
Immunity.
Okay,
To,
okay.
I'm not trying to evil genie you here.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's
This
fair.
isn't
That's
a
fair.
wish
I'm
spell.
waiting for a finger on a paw to
What about immunity from the current Assassin's Guild?
Oh, that's already
Like,
part of
that
his.
is-
Yeah.
He's the
Yeah.
lead of the
Okay,
Assassin's
Yeah.
Guild.
just making sure.
Can you tell us if so it sounds like you're beholden to this deal because of the darkness that you serve. Do you know this darkness to not be fickle? Is it unlike to come after us, or has it in the past
If
taken
we
its
make
own?
this deal, if she comes after you, it will not be because of anything you've done to me. It will be of your own doing.
Because we didn't honor the deal.
It sounds like a lawful deity, in all honesty.
Okay.
Maybe evil, but still lawful.
Okay.
All right. So mutual. We don't bother each other.
You'll send
He's
for
gonna set the thing.
yeah.
Is he paying us or is the
No.
other guy paying us?
Nope.
Okay.
But
Alright.
he's guaranteeing at least that amount. Like, so if you're not offered
Okay.
that, he'll make up the difference.
Okay.
Okay. And
Sounds
that he'll
fickle.
guide us. Oh no, we don't have to go to Pirate Island.
Yeah, he's
Do
bringing
we?
Pirate Island to us.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're okay with it, that was his suggestion to prove that he's not trying to pull one over on you so that he never has
Right.
possession of the documents. But if you want
Right.
to say something otherwise, you can.
No, I think that works out.
Yeah, better to be on territory we know than go someplace we don't.
Anything else you think, guys?
I mean, it not being a gotcha moment, it sounds like we have at least assured that we're not going to be attacking each other, which seems like the big one.
Yep.
And it sounded like the thing we were going to do is give over information, but say he got loose, essentially. That's our part of that.
He
Yeah.
only asked that you only tell as much as you need to, which that's a wide interpretation. But that's all he asked, is only tell what you need to tell.
Okay. That sounds like something that the deity could come after us for. Like, we told one word more than we needed to. So I'm going to say, like, is it a fair bargain then to say that we, say that you got away and lay out like the base most information that would set things up?
If
That we know it's the abbot, essentially.
If that's the story you want to use, that's fine. I don't have a problem with that. You can easily say I was killed if you wish. It doesn't bother me. Again, it's still up to you or Arnest to prove that the bishop was the hand. I can only tell you
Right.
that he was. I can offer no proof.
Okay.
Maybe someday you can teach me some of those sneaky tricks of yours.
He smiles a little and says, anytime you would like to learn of the goddess's favors, I would be happy to instruct you.
How's our cooking? Like, is there any like fun food associated with this deity?
Just shrugs.
Half orcs can be
Aw.
assassins, so maybe one day.
If you strike the deal, he asks all of you to leak hands as he stands on the symbol that he scratched on the ground. And so he's going to ask that Thiber, you take his right hand, and Odette, you take his left, with everyone else linked.
Okay.
Does everyone do that, or does anyone abstain from this?
Yeah, I'll do it.
I'm in.
I do it.
Before I do, I just asked, is there any significance on the number of people standing to your left and right?
Yes.
This is the
You
order I'm
two
going to kill
still
all of you.
okay with that?
Why?
This is above my pay grade.
I don't know. I mean, it could be that the person on your left is sacrificed if the person on the right jumps up and down. Or something.
No
Look to
harm
your
will
left.
come. Yeah, no one. As part of the deal, no one will come to harm from this.
Look to your left,
Ah,
look to your
okay.
right. Both of these people will be sacrificed
Yeah.
by the end of this ritual.
Now perform a trust fall.
Well, if you all link hands, everybody make me save versus spell.
We die.
I want to fail it.
He has to make
Sure
this
about that?
Maybe.
Nope.
Ooh, I made it.
Damn, you got. Oh yeah, you're a wizard. I'm like, fuck.
Whoops.
Not me.
I might like
Oh.
to. Nope, never mind.
It's a button.
I'm just
Whatever.
like, it's pretty
There we
fun
go.
in here.
I succeed.
Yep, Tristan
Jeez.
passed. Okay.
Explode.
Tristan, you feel nothing, like absolutely nothing. He says a few words.
Well, I wouldn't, would I? I'm
Yeah.
already part of the guild and with her.
Exactly.
You're actually the darkness, it
you're
turns out.
card-carrying member with the darkness. That's exactly
Yeah.
right. Everyone who failed that does feel a little
Yeah.
tingling from this. And does anybody have a good aligned character other than Tristan, who doesn't have to say anything?
I'm
NPC.
neutral good.
You're a neutral
Nope.
good.
I'm neutral.
Okay.
Naturally.
Then
I didn't say
NPC,
that
you're
out
the
loud.
only one that has like just a really bad feeling about this. Like you feel like just this sinking feeling, like doom has come upon you for no reason at all. Like
Totally
how
turning
they
the Han
describe the premonition of a heart attack coming. You just feel absolutely like the end of the world has just happened. You feel desolate. Your stomach just drops, and it passes, but you're just left with this absolutely horrible feeling. Everyone else, fine.
We finish, and I turn around, walk a couple of steps, and just just barf, just heave.
Okay.
I've been
I
there.
don't feel good.
He doesn't ask for any of his stuff back. He simply walks out of the camp and says, 1 month's time, I will send a messenger to your home in Westernford. We will make arrangements from there.
Safe travels.
Yep. And he just fades into the forests. Okay, guys. Wow.
I need a shower and some food.
Yeah. You definitely need the shower.
Medical attention.
We're at time. We have possibly made a bargain with the devil here, and we will see how this works and how you're going to explain things to Arness. Yeah, there
I
we
start
go.
listening to metal music and playing more tabletop. Oh, wait.
All
It's
right.
me.
Well,
I'm that guy.
let's go ahead and sign out for the night then. Richard, do you have anything to plug there?
Sure. Hi, I'm Richard, and if you're returned into a Renfield by a vampire, then be sure to draw a dick on their face when they're asleep, because they're gonna look in the mirror and see it. Of course not. You can find me on twitch.tv at LMTDTMFFR, where I play video games.
There we
Limited
go.
time offer, no vowels.
Hey, Oak, you got anything?
Yeah, you can catch me on Twitch and YouTube, Urience, Uraence, Friday nights and Saturday nights at midnight. Play some 5e homebrews. Saturday night is my bastardized version of D&D with my grimdark setting. So tune in.
Okay. Dion.
I'm Dion, also known as Substances Used on Twitch. Tuesdays and Fridays, catch me on Steam Steel Murder. Thursdays, catch me on Friendon's channel doing Monster of the Week. And this Saturday, yes, you heard me, this Saturday, we have the first episode of Silence in the Library, a 5th edition campaign on Fulsham_Arts channel. I'm gonna be like that artificer that has the battle armor. It's gonna be awesome.
Nice. Jen?
Hi, my name is Jen. I'm Gentendo on Twitch. Feel free to follow me if you want to watch me in the mornings playing Animal Crossing, and also some really terrible instruments as I do renditions of very popular songs and make them unpopular in the same moment.
Nice. All right. Friendon.
I'm Friendon. I draw stuff for money. I'm a mercenary. No, I draw stuff for tabletop, and you could just catch me every day drawing. Not every day, but at different times. I'm around. I draw all the time. Come check me out.
Assassinating the arts. That's what he's doing.
Correct.
Stabbing in the back. So I'm Bert. Check out the podcast at Blue Magic, BLUMAGIK.com for all my older games that are slowly making their way into the feed now. Of course, here at twitch.tv/Steam, Steal or Murder, where on Friday we've got a BX Dungeons & Dragons game. And on Saturday, I'm streaming on the Goodman Games official channel. I'm running an Umerica adventure using the DCC system. And Sunday, probably some Gamma World First Edition, possibly. Not
Nice.
sure yet, but something fun. Something fun. Say goodbye, everybody.
Not everyone.
Bye,
Bye,
everybody.
Bye, everybody.